So, I'm in Glastonbury. I'm in the Abbey. Has Glastonbury really got a medieval rocket? Let's go find out. Look, ladies and gentlemen, there's the lovely Merlin. Hello, Merlin. How you doing, buddy? Great to see you, fella. Great to see you. Good to see you. See you later, Merlin.
Okay, take it again, mate.
So, Glastonbury's medieval rocket. Has Glastonbury really got a medieval rocket? Well, I'm on my way to Glastonbury Abbey. Let's see what it says. Let's go in. Hey guys! Thank you! So that was a lovely welcome from the ladies on the door. Hello ladies on the door! Right, let's actually be going the wrong way. Don't tell anybody, they'll shout at me, but you're supposed to go through there. I'm going to come through here because Glastonbury's medieval rocket is right in front of me now. I'm looking at it. So, what is Glastonbury's medieval rocket, I hear you say? Well, let's go and have a look. Here we are in the Abbey grounds. Here's Tor. You've seen Tor on our videos before. Afternoon, Tor.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
All right.
Tor's giving one of his tours. And they must have known I've coming, look, because they've closed the kitchen and put a railing round it. So no coffee for me today. Now, in the distance over there, you can see the rocket sitting on its launch pad. Well, actually, it's not really a rocket, is it? And so this is Glastonbury's rocket. Actually, of course, it's not a rocket. It is one of the very few surviving kitchens of its type in the world. It's actually quite important. It was built obviously by one of the bishops because they had the money, and it was attached to his 80-foot high hall, of which a part remains over there to the left. So, sorry to disappoint you, no, it's not a rocket. It isn't a rocket, but it looks like one and it's interesting. Should we go inside and have a look? So, if you want to know something about something old and medieval, find yourself an expert. I found one. It's Goodwife Molly. Hello.
Hello, Gabriel. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you.
Now, I've introduced this as Glastonbury's medieval rocket. It isn't really, is it?
It's not, no. It's actually a medieval abbot's kitchen. So it was built especially for the abbot and his guests, particularly the wealthy guests.
Always.
And we always know you're wealthy because if you come by horse, it shows you've got a bit of money.
Absolutely.
And they would come here, well, they wouldn't even come in here actually, they would come to here, which is the Great Abbot's Hall.
Which was 80 feet high.
Was it? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, your website told me that. I'm not that clever.
You know much. You know you're a great historian.
Yes.
Yeah, so this was the Great Abbot's Hall where the wealthy would be wined and dined, lots of food in their stomach, lots of wine, in the hope that then they might contribute funds to support our church.
Yes, because it was so poor, wasn't it? They had no money.
No, of course not.
The Abbey had never had any money.
They did. But this building here was the Abbot's kitchen, and it was built in the 1300s, and it was built especially to provide food for the abbot and his guests. Now do come and have a look inside because it is very, very special.
I think we should, don't you?
Yes.
Let's go in through the outdoor. Oh, hello, they knew we were coming, they've cooked.
Well, we've got leeks. If you like leeks, we've got bay, we've got a few herbs, a few bit of bread. But yeah, so this would have been full of food, this table. And the kitchen was run by a head chef who would have been up here. This would have been a balcony or a place where he could oversee all his staff working below him. And of course, the very special thing in this kitchen is our wonderful lantern roof at the top here, which works a bit like an air conditioning unit. So it brings air in to feed the fire. It also allows some of the smoke and the heat to escape, because there would have been a lot of heat in here because we've got 4 fires roaring away, as you can see. But yeah, so a place where feasting, banqueting food was prepared, and then it would be delivered out there to the wonderful guests.
How many people would have worked in here, do you think?
I'm not actually quite sure, to be honest. I know how many people they could feed at a time, so you could feed up to 500 guests in the Great Hall. And even royalty was fed there. King Henry VII came for a huge banquet and feast in his honour. So yeah, it was a really important kitchen.
And of course we had many courses in those days. There would have been about 15 or 20 courses to a meal, wasn't there?
Yeah, not half. And this is, so that's why you've got this is like a professional kitchen. You know, you've got a head chef overseeing it. You've got different areas for doing different jobs, just like in a modern kitchen of today in a restaurant. So you've got the boiling area over in this corner with the cauldrons, stew, soups, pottage, which is a seasonal stew. You've got the meat roasting on the spit here. So there would be a young lad who would probably be there turning the meat, keeping it nice and hot, stopping it from burning, keeping the fires roaring. And then over here, we've got a pastry oven. So this was for things like pies and pasties, and you've got all these tools to help you do the jobs as well. And then over this corner here is the scullery for doing all your cleaning and your washing up. But then there were other buildings as well outside of here, such as a bakehouse and a brew house, you know, so it was catering on the grand scale, it really was.
And I can see on the wall behind you there's evidence of other things going on. Is that is that a red or a white rose?
Oh yeah, so it is one of the Tudor roses. Well, it's painted white, but whether it was I can't tell you the difference between there must be a difference
York
between
and
the red
Lancaster,
and the white.
wasn't it? Yeah, it was the two sides of the Civil War.
So the different shapes of the flowers, I'm not sure whose was who, but this is actually just a bit of recycling going on here.
That's what's happening.
So yeah, probably from time after the Abbey, they found a beautiful rose and they've popped it on the wall for decoration. So yeah, just a bit of recycling going on there.
And these fires were big, weren't they? And is that a bread oven on the side?
So no, this is a pastry oven. So this
pastry oven.
Basically, this went back further than the wall of the kitchen. It was a really deep oven. And then the bread would be made in a separate building. Although it does look like a wonderful pizza oven. When the kids come in, they go, pizza oven,
pizza
oven.
These flues go up the roof there, don't they?
It's amazing, yeah.
Absolutely.
Chimneys, there were 4 chimneys on a chimney on each corner, but they've gone now, sadly. Yeah.
And I'm right, and this is the last one in England, one of the few remaining in Europe, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
believe this was the second to last abbey to be closed. Yeah.
And of course, this is the only building extant with any roof on it in the abbey, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, this roof, we reckon, probably survived because, of course, when Henry's men came here, they took all the lead roofs because they were worth money. They could be smelted down and taken back to London. But this is a stone roof, so it was less valuable. The dome shape would have been tricky to take down quickly, and also politically. This is just a kitchen, so it doesn't need to be destroyed. It's a functional, useful building. It wasn't a spiritual building. So we think that this was in its favour of why it survives.
And of course, now you have evenings put on in here and events happening here,
yeah, don't you? Wonderful things, yeah. Well, we've soon got the medieval fair coming up at Easter.
That's coming soon, yes, I should be coming to that.
Brilliant, amazing event. We've also had things like wassails events happened in here. We've had some wonderful night at the Abbey, of course.
Yes.
We used this room for some wonderful musicians, and the acoustics are quite special.
Although they're playing havoc with my microphones.
Let's
hope it all works out. It's not your fault you didn't build the building.
No.
Anyway, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Come and see us. Come and see us.
And if you do come to Glastonbury, we're in the Abbey, and this is the Abbot's kitchen in the Abbey, and this lovely lady and others like her are ready to show you around and tell you everything you need to know.
Always.
Always. You'll always get a friendly welcome, and they won't always have a railing round the coffee shop. They did that today because they knew I was coming.
Yes, it's having a little revamp. It's just been, it's going to be lovely. Look lovely. Come and have a cup of tea or an ice cream or a piece of cake.
Now, they are the magic words, piece of cake, you know me and cake, we won't go any further. Thank you so very much. It's been wonderful. It saves me doing all that Googling and finding out about it as well.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a particularly lovely ginko tree. The beauty of the ginko tree is one day you'll walk in here and all the leaves will be yellow, ready to drop. And then you'll come in the next day and there'll be a completely circular blanket of leaves on the ground because all the leaves have dropped overnight. Gorgeous tree, it looks like it's on fire. End of the year. So thank you for coming along and watching today's video about the kitchen house here at the Abbots Kitchen. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a bit of an update on the watches. If you've been following our videos, you'll know we are giving away some watches quite soon, or a watch. Well, the update is that the movements and the cases were ordered last night. They're coming from Switzerland, as most good old watches do, and as they arrive I'll announce more details about the competition and how you can enter. But that's today's update. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I look forward to seeing you on the next one, wherever that is. And look for another Amy video coming soon, because it's Mother's Day soon and I think she's got a few messages for you. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Enjoyed the video. Don't forget, please like and subscribe. Subscribing makes the channel work. We're trying to get to 1,000, so the more of you that can subscribe, the better it's going to be, and the more of these videos we can make. So thanks for coming along, thanks for watching, see you soon, bye bye.